I have been selling this book, Zanazli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking, which is published by MPH for a while now. It's a really good book if you want to be a filmmaker, whether it's for YouTube, social media, TV, film, cinema, whatever. This is the book to get. I'm going to make it more accessible and more affordable to all of you because I believe that everybody needs to become a filmmaker. The more filmmakers we have in the world, I think this world will be a better place to live in. Now it's available as an electronic book download on my website. I'm going to link it here. It's really cheap, it's really affordable. It's only 5 ringgit if you want to get the ebook version. Okay, 5 ringgit. It doesn't really cost much, right? It's just a little bit of something for me. I mean, it did take a lot of work to write. Each chapter of this book talks about one part of the filmmaking process. And for each chapter as well, I interview a local filmmaker. It's only 5 ringgit. It's only 5 ringgit. You are watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club, and I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Shirley.
As usual, every week we watch a local film and we review it. And this week we're watching a local film and we're reviewing it. And it's something that I've been anticipating. I've been wanting to watch it. Because, yeah.
It's a Kelantan film.
Because it's Sabri Yunus.
Sabri Yunus Kelantan film.
Yeah, I think it's first time directing.
Duan Nago Bogho. I'm pretty sure I butchered that. There you go.
Nate bu. Okay, so we watched Duan Nago Bogho. Because his name is Ridwan. So they call him Duan. But in Kelantanese is Due.
Okay.
Sabri Yunus. Sabri Yunus is the director. I like Sabri Yunus. When I was really young, my father brought me to see a play in DBKL Theatre. And Sabri Yunus played a blind man. Of course, we were not woke at that time because now, you know, you have to be blind to play a blind man. Right? Sabri Yunus played it very well. Played the blind man very well. A very blind man. Right? Okay. But I know Sabri Yunus from a long time ago because when I was a kid in kindergarten, going to Standard 1, I watched Pimai Tang Tu on TV. He was in the sitcom with Mat Dres, you know, Beruang. And then after that he was in, I think he was in Spanajaya, if I'm not mistaken.
Spanajaya.
He's been acting in a lot of shows, a lot of movies. He's a great actor. I love him as an actor. He doesn't direct much. I think he's only directed like maybe 2 other films before this, like tele-movies or whatever. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Yeah, you find me sexy, right, with my facial hair?
No, I hate it.
Yes, I look like Chris Cornell, you know. When you can't find me, now.
Okay, so what's the film about?
So I was anticipating this film lah. So what's this film about? Duan Nago Bogho. I don't know if I'm mentioning it. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly lah.
It's about this bro from Kelantan. He
Gang plate
likes
D.
to mind Mak Yong. No, he gang plate J. His car number plate got J1. No,
it's not his car.
his bro's car, who's also Kelantan. Anyway.
Gang plate D.
No, they have a J plate. Anyway, so yeah, this Fleur, he likes to mind Mak Yong because his father is a
Mak Yong player. Mak Yong artist.
Mak Yong artist. So he also like belajar lah. But then he also likes to cari gaduh.
He likes to fight.
One day,
sebati dengan diri, you know, he said.
Like Mak Yong.
Macam Mak Yong.
Macam like if you don't go to a fight or my Mak Yong, it's like
tak sah hidup.
So
Nate buruk.
okay, whatever lah. So he gets into a fight and then his father says, okay, fuck off from Kelantan, go to KL. So of course he comes to KL, but in KL
he joins the gang plate D.
Yeah,
he joins the gang plate D.
Comes to KL and he's already got like friends lah because Kelantan, you know.
The gang plate D network is
everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere. So he comes and then it's very weird because he seems to be joining this what would you call it? Like Kelantan is like a Samsung gang lah. But also
Gangsters
at the same time,
basically gangsters
yeah, they're gangsters. But then he doesn't want to join the gangsters. He wants to mind Mak Yong. But then at the same time, he
needs
also
to
wants to fight people.
mempertahankan Kelantan.
So he fights people. And then there's a girl who wants to learn about Mak Yong, some Chinese girl, Nancy.
Yeah.
Nancy.
You would think that
So-
I would think a Chinese girl is hot.
Nancy wants to
No,
learn
not this Chinese girl.
learn about Mak Yong. So he starts to Nancy interviews him, I guess, and he shows her like his ways or whatever, and brings her to rehearsal and stuff. And he feels this strong need to like defend her and protect her, because like it seems like her life is in danger for reasons.
Gangsterism lah.
Yeah lah,
There's
for
a lot
some
of
reasons
gangsterism.
lah,
His
okay,
father,
so-
her parents seem to be like involved in
actually her name is not
gangsterism.
Nancy, her name is Shelly or whatever. So anyway,
it's like she had to run away from the country,
yeah lah,
right?
so some shit goes down lah, as it does in Kelantan. When Kelantanese people are
and
involved.
Duan says that you have to stick with me
Yeah.
because
I'll protect
kalau saya
you.
hidai makanan, saya tak tinggalkan orang itu.
Something like that. So okay, so that was the film.
Mata buruk ni. So what did you think about the film?
What do we think about the film?
It's look. There's some great actors in there. There's Sabri Yunus, it's great. There's Roshamno, which I also think is a great actor. And everybody else I don't know. Do you know anybody else in there? And I think that's one thing I like about the film. It bangs on no stars. Right?
Except for Sabri Yunus.
Yeah, and Roshamno. You know, they're banking on no stars, no social media influencers, which I think is great and refreshing. But they can act. You know, they can act.
So I really like the film. I like the film because I felt like it was just one of those films lah that you just watch just to be entertained, to switch off your brain and watch, but in Kelantanese. It didn't really, I don't know, for me anyway, there was this like subliminal societal message about Malaysians versus Kelantanese, even though Kelantanese are Malaysian. There was a lot of that, a lot of those kind of nuances, a lot of this like gang plate deep pride sort of thing. Everybody must help everybody must, you know, but at the end of the day, when you come to KL, it's all about money, blah blah. Yeah, I liked all of that, but it wasn't so much in the sense that it was preachy lah. I don't know, I didn't feel like it was super preachy, or the style of it wasn't preachy. It was brought up a lot, but it wasn't in like that super like, you know, rise ini kalila type of way.
Or Mat Kilau kind of way.
Mat Kilau, fuck Mat Kilau. Anyway, yeah, so I liked it. I thought it was entertaining. It was almost borderline nonsense at some points, but it was an acceptable amount of like borderline nonsense that you don't go, what the fuck is this film? So it was okay lah. It was entertaining ish. I don't have a deep analysis for this because I don't know. My brain just switched off.
Why did it switch off?
Because it was entertaining.
Oh.
It was entertaining in the sense like I wasn't trying to like dissect it or make sense of it or like, oh, look at the societal nuances or whatever. I was just entertained. I thought it was entertaining. I was very entertained.
I love the film. I think it is one of the best local films I've seen in the last 3 years.
Wow.
Right? I like the film a lot. It reminds me of, you know, how it was shot. Reminded me of how Malay films, local films were shot in the early 80s. From late 70s up to the mid 80s lah. You know, when we had movies like Mechanic, when we had movies like Sikit Punya Gila, when we had see those kind of movies.
Sikit Punya Gila a lot.
Yeah, I love Sikit Punya Gila. But of course, this one is not a comedy, and Sikit Punya Gila is a comedy. But I'm just saying, how films were shot at that time lah,
This
right?
is to pertahankan.
Yeah, all of
Kelantan.
you know all of the Esok series by Jin Shamsuddin. Yeah, I like it was good. It was It reminded me of those times. And the performance was great. The story was great. I like the film, so I'm not going to spoil it. I only spoil films that I don't like. It's very interesting to see the development of this Kelantanese boy, Due, right, who is a gangster kampung, who is actually quite extremist and traditionalist, right, and conservative. But as he comes to KL and he's exposed to different people, you can see his character start to develop. He was very, very deeply defensive of the art of Mak Yong. He didn't want anybody outside of Kelantan to know. And we're not talking about keeping it in the Malay subculture, but actually just the Kelantanese only. Nobody should know more about Mak Yong. Nobody should know about Mak Yong except Kelantanese. So he was very opposed by this Chinese girl who wanted to learn about Mak Yong.
And also the Indian girl who is
Sangeeta.
What's it called? Pak Yong. Yes.
I don't know.
It is Pak Yong, I promise you.
Okay lah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's one of the Mak Yong players.
So she's very interested. She's not from Kelantan. She's but her character is basically as far from Kelantanese as you could be lah.
But she likes the art.
Yeah.
And initially Dua was like, apa ni? Oh, orang idiot. But eventually he warmed up and he saw that this is how, and he was taking part in that Mak Yong in KL. It was going to be brought to Japan to be performed there. Initially he was like, apa bawa ke Jepun? Cannot. But then he embraced it. So I like that development. And to me, it's a very like preventing counter extremism, preventing violent extremism kind of content, where you're promoting understanding, you're promoting multiculturalism, and you're just saying no to extremism and conservativeness. You know? No, actually being conservative is fine, but you need to be open-minded about it.
And also in the spirit of multiculturalism, in the end, he kind of falls for both of them lah.
Yeah.
But in like a very weird.
Love triangle kind of way.
Kawan way, but not really kawan.
Friend
I don't
zone,
even know
but not
what
really
the hell
friend
it is,
zone.
But it's something lah, okay. But he likes them.
Yeah, and they like him.
So great.
They like
Good
him.
for you.
It's
whatever floats your boat, guys.
Yeah. And I also like how the film also talks about this diaspora of the Kelantanese people, you know, on how they come out and they try to make a better life for themselves, whether it's in a good way or bad way, whether they become gangsters or not become gangsters, you know. At the end of the day, they have pure intentions of wanting to better themselves in their lives,
But it's not super serious like Prebits up.
No.
It shows you how they do it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's a very full film.
It's a full film.
It's a very full film.
It's not a comedy.
No,
right?
But it's also not a super action film.
Yeah.
It's not a cultural film.
I like how the fight scenes, right, are not choreographed.
Wait. I gotta tell you about this one fight scene. Okay, so they're like at a market or something, and some gangster fucker says something orang Kelate, and Dwayne just turns around and he like starts fighting this guy. And this guy is like confused because like, why are you fighting me? Like, you had nothing to do with this. And at the end of the fight, Due stands over the guy and pours voodoo on him, bro.
Yeah!
Like,
post voodoo, ambil kau. Nate burukmu ni.
that is that's peak already lah. You don't get more gangster than that. Or more Kelantan gangster than that.
There is a sense of Namron's film.
Holy God.
You know, Namron had that play, he wrote and directed a play and then made it into a film, Gedebe. It's also punk gangsters who speak in Kelantanese. Oh man, it's really good. I love it. It's a good film. It's not preachy. And good performances. Oh, it's just a good film. It's a good film.
Yeah. So in our CV work, we've been trying really to promote like Kelantanese content and for the Kelantanese community to have more representation of their stories and themselves. And clearly, Sabri Yunus is very effective in doing what we should have been doing properly or well. I think we did it quite well also, but Sabri Yunus has brought it to the next level by dumping voodoo on a guy. at the end of a fight.
Oh yeah, so
Okay.
so speaking of the fight, right? This is what I like about the film too. There's no choreographed fight scenes. There's just balasa fight scenes. Okay, no like okay now we fight and then because they're Malays, must silat.
Go a bit lah.
A little bit only.
Yeah,
but then everything else
after that it's
after that it's like kayu pipe, you know, and tumbuk budu, pakai kayu, pakai pipe and all that. So that's
Yeah, it's great.
realism to the max lah.
So we would love to say go watch it, but we can't because
It's no longer in the
very
cinemas.
limited in its screening.
We went in the second week of the
Yeah.
screening, and that also like
was
so hard to
so
find the
hard
timing to
to
go and watch.
find.
And this is screwed up lah. When you've got good content,
Yeah, we're getting
Yeah.
really frustrated with how we have to chase for these tayangans. So I don't know. Would our Minister of Comms like to do something about this? This would be great. To really enforce. If you want to enforce the 2-week wajib tayang, there has to be a way to go about it that makes it more effective, so that all the films
it's 1 week.
can be seen. Dua minggu.
No, Kan Ami was saying that day, it's 1 week actually.
No, it's 2 weeks, but the second week is when they cut it by half or something like that. So the 1 week is like wajib, like X-bar screenings or something. Okay, or maybe you're right. I don't know, but we should look into this because it's bullshit lah. It's really bullshit that we have to chase for these films, and then we can't really tell you to go watch it because it's gone.
Well, hopefully it'll be on another
Yeah
platform.
lah. So we have to wait lah
Astro
for it
or
to get on
Netflix
another
or-
platform lah. So congratulations, Sabri Yunus, and the cast and
Yeah,
everybody.
it's great.
It's great. It's really great.
Duan Nago
So great.
Bogho.
It's so great. It's like Ako Tok Wei. So great.
Okay, so we'll definitely go and watch it.
Yes, go watch it.
So now you tell us what you think. If you've
If
seen
you've
it.
seen it.
Oh, whatever
Yeah.
lah. You
Or
know,
if you haven't seen it.
or what you think about Gangplate D
Yeah. Or Budu.
or Voodoo.
Yeah.
So that's it. You've been watching and listening to. Oh wait, follow us on all social media
Like
platforms.
this video.
Don't
Don't
like
like
this video.
this
Don't
video.
like this video. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Bidin, or go to fatbidin.com to get everything. You've been watching and listening to Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Shao Ibstawan.
Ate buruk mu ni.